Hi students, myself Manjunath VK, Assistant Teacher of Social Science, Adarsh Vidyalaya, Chalkere. All of you welcome to this session. In this session, we will discuss on the chapter Our Constitution from the Political Science part of 9th Standard syllabus. In this chapter, we will discuss about the Constituent Assembly of Constitution, the Constitution Drafting Committee and Framing of Constitution, the Preamble to the Constitution, the salient features of the Constitution, the fundamental rights, duties, and ethical principles of state policy. Students, we got independence on 15th August 1947. So our country faced several problems soon after the independence. Which are they? Guess now? Yes, your guess is correct. Our country faced several problems after getting the independence. So the number one problem is refugees problem. So British gave independence to our country, but they partitioned our country. A new country was emerged after the independence, that is Pakistan. So many refugees were migrated from Pakistan to India. The rehabilitation of the refugees who are migrated from Pakistan is a big challenge to the newly formed government of our country. The second problem is before independence there were 562 princely states were there. So it is a big challenge to merge all these princely states to a nation. The third problem is maintenance of law and order. So while we getting independence, there were so many communal clashes were there in our country. So it's a big challenge to maintain the law and order in our country. So our country solved the refugees problem by providing shelter near Dandakaranya and different parts of the country. And Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel completed the merging of princely states successfully. So he called as the Iron Man of India for this action. And stable law, there arose a need for writing of the constitution. So we have to frame our own constitution. What is the meaning of constitution? Constitution is a set of rules and regulations guiding the administration of a state. It means, so while administering the country, which are the rules and regulations to be followed by the government or a state? These are called constitution. Constituent Assembly. The recommendations of the Motilal Nehru Committee and the decisions taken by the meeting of the National Congress at Karachi in 1939 emphasized the need for the formation of a Constituent Assembly. Before independence, so our national leaders decided to frame our own constitution. The recommendations of the Motilal Nehru Committee and the decision taken by the meeting of the National Congress at Karachi in 1939 emphasized to form a constituent assembly to frame our own constitution. In the picture, Motilal Nehru is there. Cabinet Commission 1946. Before independence, the government of England sent Cabinet Commission to India to verify the preparations as taken to frame the Indian Constitution. The Cabinet Commission consists three members: Lord Pethick Lawrence, so he was the Secretary of Indian Affairs, and the second Sir Stafford Cripps, he was the President of Board of Trade, and A.V. Alexander, First Lord of the Admiralty. So all these three are the members of Cabinet Commission, which was sent in 1946. As per the recommendation of the Cabinet Commission, a Constituent Assembly with the Indian members was formed in 1946. The Cabinet Mission recommended to form a Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution of India. So, according to the recommendations in 1946, a Constituent Assembly has been formed. This is a picture of members of Constituent Assembly. The Assembly had 389 members. With the partition of India, the total number came down to 299. Before we got independence, there were 389 members in the Constituent Assembly, but after independence, after the partition of India, it came down to 299. There were 7 members from Mysore Princely State. 7 members from the Mysore Princely State participated in the Constituent Assembly. The first meeting of the new Constituent Assembly was held on 9th December 1946. Its temporary chairman was Sachidananda Sinha. When was the first meeting of Constituent Assembly held? The first meeting of the new Constituent Assembly was held on 9th December 1946. Who was the temporary chairman of Constituent Assembly? Sachidananda Sinha was the temporary chairman of Constituent Assembly. So after in the next meeting on 11th December 1946 under the chairmanship of Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the second meeting held under the chairmanship of Rajendra Prasad on 11th December 1946. After that, Rajendra Prasad became the chairman of Constituent Assembly. Who was the president of Constituent Assembly? Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of Constituent Assembly. And who was the vice president of Constituent Assembly? T.T. Krishnamachari was the vice president of Constituent Assembly. The members were Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. B. Ambedkar, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, C. Rajagopalachari, K.M. Munshi, T.T. Krishnamachari, Srimati Sarojini Naidu, Srimati Sucheta Krupalani, S. Nijlingappa, K.C. Reddy, Kingal Hanumantaya, and Tekuru Subramaniam. T.T. Krishnamachari, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Srimati Sucheta Krupalani, Srimati Sarojini Naidu, Kingal Hanumantaya, C. Rajagopalachari, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, K. M. Munshi, and K.C. Reddy. The Constituent Assembly formed 22 committees and 5 subcommittees to examine in detail all the issues related to the country. The Constituent Assembly has formed 22 committees and 5 subcommittees to examine in detail all the issues related to the country. Among them, drafting committee was most important one. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar was the chairman of one of the most important committees, that is drafting committee. Based on his contribution to the framing of the Constitution, he is called as the chief architect of Indian Constitution. Who is considered as the chief architect of Indian Constitution? Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Why he is called so? Because based on his contribution to the framing of the Constitution, he is called as the chief architect of Indian Constitution. Being a chairman of the drafting committee, he worked on to framing our constitution. The chairman of drafting committee of the constitution was Dr. B. Ambedkar. The members as follows: N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, Alladu Krishnaswamy Iyer, K. M. Munshi, and T. T. Krishnamachari. In the picture, all are there. So, how many days took to frame our constitution? It took 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days to complete our constitution. So, 145 days of meeting has been held. So, our constitution approved by the Constituent Assembly on 26th November 1949, and we adopted our constitution on January 26, 1950. It means our constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. Though it was approved on 26 November 1949, why it was implemented on 26 January 1950? There was history behind that, students. On 26 January 1930, in the lower session of Congress, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru declared the Purna Swaraj Bill, which will be celebrated on 26th January 1930 onwards. To memorize that day, our constitution has been implemented on 26th January 1950. Got it, students? So, framing of the constitution. During these discussions, various laws enacted by the British government in 1909, 1919, and 1935, the British parliamentary system, the American Bill of Rights, the social directive policies of Ireland were studied, and some elements of those were incorporated. Our national leaders who are participated in the framing of the constitution, they discussed so many issues related to our country, and they examined the constitutions of other countries, and they borrowed some good thoughts from other constitutions and incorporated in our constitution. The main borrowings of our constitution are as follows. From the British Constitution, we borrowed parliamentary form of government, rule of law, lawmaking procedure, single citizenship, institution of speaker, doctrine of leisure, tenure of civil servants. From the American Constitution, we borrowed judicial system and fundamental rights. From the Canadian Constitution, federal system with a strong central authority, residual powers, center-state relation has been borrowed. From the Irish Constitution, we borrowed directive principles, election of the President of India. From the Australian Constitution, we borrowed concurrent list, freedom of trade and service within country. From Weimar Constitution, emergency provision has been borrowed. From Soviet Constitution, 5-year plans and fundamental duties were borrowed. Government of India Act 1935, Office of the Governor, powers of the federal jury has been borrowed. From South African Constitution, we borrowed amendment of Constitution. Students, in the next session, we will study about the preamble to the Constitution.